Hi there, I hope you're all well. This is a video primarily aimed at parents and carers of those students who are currently in Year 11, and it's all about PPE results. Following on from the video I sent out last week with an overview of the term, I said that this week we're going to be giving out PPE results, so I would send a short video with some information about what we have been telling our students, which will help your conversations you have with them at home. And this morning in the assembly, I've asked them to really reflect on, it comes down to these two questions. What have they learned as a result of this process, getting their results, and how they've prepared for those exams and what that's led to? And then asking themselves, what next? What steps am I going to take? What action plans am I going to make to ensure that I can achieve success over the next 6 months? A slide that you might actually be familiar with as parents, we showed this as they prepared for their Year 10 exams last year, and it's a slide we'll continue to use, is this idea that being good at exams, it's not about taking the exam, it's all about how well we prepare for the exam. And I've asked students to reflect and be really honest with themselves about how well they prepared for this set of PPEs and how that reflects in the results. If you put all Year 11s across a graph, it would look something like this if you measured kind of progress against effort. And this would actually be a really interesting part of the video to pause and have a conversation at home. Where does your child, if they're being honest about things, where do they sit on this graph? And where do they need to get to in order to achieve the outcomes that they want? Some of these places it's easy to deal with if it's a no surprise situation of low effort and low progress. You know, it's about buying in, it's about realizing that over the course of the next few months they've got to work harder, they've got to engage with what we do. There might be some students who feel they're in the quadrant which is closest to me, this idea of high effort but low progress. And that can be disheartening if you've worked hard for something and you don't get the results you want. My advice there, and our advice as a school, is to keep working with us, keep buying into the things that we suggest. Over the next 6 months, we'll be working on exam technique, we'll be working on continuing to say how do you revise effectively, what to revise on, so by the time we get to those final exams we're able to turn that effort into progress. But wherever you sit on that, buying into the process, working with us now over the next 6 months is crucial. And I use that term over the next 6 months quite literally. Today is the 15th of January when I'm recording this video. 15th of June is 6 months away. That's a Saturday, and that's the day after most of our Year 11 finish their final exam. So what a relief that will be that all that hard work, and then you get to enjoy the summer after that. There are one or two exams, very small cohorts the following week, but most students will finish in exactly 6 months. It's not a long period of time in terms of to prioritize doing well in their exams, to prioritize working hard, but it will fly by, and there is plenty that can be done in that time in terms of getting our students to make the progress that they want to make. We want our students to feel successful when they leave here. We want them to open their results in August and be proud of what they achieve. I said to our students, GCSEs are not the biggest thing in the world. They're not the most important thing they're ever going to do in their lives. It's important to keep that context. However, what I did say alongside that is there is a real correlation. Those students who, with our support in this school setting, can open their results, whatever the numbers are, whatever those grades are, if they go beyond what they thought they could do, that feeling of success, it lives with you through life, and it lives with you through the next decisions you make, about colleges, about potentially universities, apprenticeships, work. It lives with you. So we really strive to support our students, that they can feel successful and be proud of what they achieve. But the other thing we feel is really important is being ambitious and not settling for I've got this result for my PPE, so therefore I can only get this for my end exams. It's about being ambitious with what you can achieve and really going for those the most you possibly can. So with that in mind, we are doing some action planning in tutor times. So they're going to have some action planning sheets. They're going to work with their tutors to look at where they currently are, where they want to be. But the most important thing, making a plan to achieve that. Part of this will be the conversations we have on Thursday. So hopefully you've booked your appointments now for Thursday, our virtual progress evening. So those conversations can be had with teachers and students and parents. We've put some key bits to think about on those sheets. So look out for those. By the end of the week, students will be bringing those sheets home and should be filled up full of plans of how to achieve success over the coming months. So I'm going to finish by just a couple of things that we will do and things that students can do to support. So in terms of what we do as a school, we prepare the lessons and the resources. We set the homework and the revision tasks, and it's about trusting us that what we set are these the things that students need to do their best. We put on the additional sessions, so starting next week on Monday the 22nd, exam success sessions start. So by the end of the week, students will have their personalised invites to those, and it's really about the buy-in to those. If they are invited to a session, it's because we feel attending that session will have a really positive impact on what they can achieve. So please support us as a school in students coming to those sessions, so they can get the most in all of their qualifications. And for those who need that bit of extra support, perhaps, then we will look to put those things in place, those bespoke packages of support for those who need it the most. And then what we ask of them, simply, there's always been this: attending on time, being prepared to work hard, working with us, not against us. So when we make these suggestions, trusting us that that's a good idea to attend that extra session, to do that piece of work at home, working with us, not against us. Being positive. I'm aware that some students will feel quite down perhaps about the results that they've achieved, and it's hard sometimes to pick yourself up if you had a disappointment, but to feel positive and to trust us when we say in 6 months we can make that significant difference. Work with us on that. It's definitely about being honest. I've said this to our students, not burying your head in the sand, saying this is the reality of my situation and these are the steps that I need to take. And then finally, making it a priority. So over the next 6 months, making the work you do at school a priority, putting the time and effort in. And like I said before, then you get the reward of, yes, the nice long break for summer, but most importantly, that feeling when you open your results and you've really achieved something that makes you feel proud. So just finishing off this video with a few what nexts. So this week, PP results issued. They're on Wednesday that they're going to be issued. We did originally say Tuesday, but a couple of things admin wise, that it's going to be Wednesday this week. The progress evening then on Thursday. Exam success starts, and as do the new period 0 groups. They start next week, starting Monday the 22nd. Looking ahead, I mentioned this last time, the exam preparation evening, that's Wednesday the 7th of February, so more details about that over the coming couple of weeks. We have some final exam practice coming up in March, before those final external exams, May, June this year, and then the results day in August. So that's all for now. Slightly longer video this week, but I'll be back next week with your next bit of information in preparing Year 11s towards those final exams. Thank you very much. Take care.